Have you ever read the story of Jesus, the demon-possessed man, and the pigs and thought, why pigs? It's a question that has puzzled theologians, pastors, and believers for centuries. Even big platforms like Desiring God and Grace Digital Network have tackled it, yet the full, mind-blowing truth often remains hidden. Today we're not just scratching the surface, we're diving deep, using spiritual revelation and biblical understanding to unlock a mystery that will forever change how you see this powerful encounter. Many have offered explanations that demons seek bodies for rest and so they entered the pigs. But if that's true, why did those pigs immediately self-destruct, hurtling into the sea? Why commit suicide? That explanation simply doesn't hold water. There's a far more profound and, dare I say, terrifying reason. And it all begins before Jesus even set foot on dry land. The Bible tells us in Mark 4:37, as Jesus was crossing the Sea of Galilee, "And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full." Now, let's be real. Among Jesus' disciples were experienced fishermen. They knew the sea, they'd seen storms. But this wasn't just a storm. This was the storm. This was an immediate, violent assault that erupted the moment they entered that particular body of water. Jesus didn't just calm the storm, he rebuked the wind and the sea. The sea was calm. This wasn't natural. This was a direct spiritual resistance. Why? Because Jesus was entering enemy territory. He was crossing into a stronghold, a marine stronghold. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Mark 5:2 says, "And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit." Immediately. Think about that. Jesus steps off the boat, having just conquered a marine attack, and immediately he's confronted by a man possessed by a legion of demons. This wasn't a coincidence. This was a direct confrontation. This man, who had lost his consciousness, who lived among the tombs, was a contact point, a human conduit for these territorial spirits. What made him leave his known dwelling place in the tombs and strategically appear exactly where Jesus disembarked? This was a coordinated spiritual ambush. The man's body was just a vessel. It wasn't him speaking when he cried out with a loud voice, "What have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not." This isn't the rambling of a madman. This is a clear, chilling indication that the spirits within him knew exactly who Jesus was. They had networked in the spiritual realm. They knew Jesus had come, and they were prepared to resist. These were not just any demons. These were marine territorial spirits. And this brings us to the pigs. The demons, when confronted by Jesus' authority, begged him not to be sent out of the country. And then they asked to be sent into the herd of pigs. Why? The common theological explanation that demons need bodies falls apart when you consider what happened next. The Bible states in Mark 5:13, "And forthwith Jesus gave them leave. And the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea." They were choked in the sea. If they just wanted a body, why destroy the bodies they just received? Here is the profound, unsettling truth. These demons were from the water. They were marine territorial spirits. Their domain was the deep. They desperately did not want to be sent to the abyss, to hell, to a place of torment outside their natural realm. Their request to enter the pigs was not about simply inhabiting a body. It was about using those pigs, their flesh, their blood, to create a portal back to their watery domain. They didn't want to be taken out of the country. Their country was the sea. They used the pigs as a living, breathing sacrifice, a dark ritual to re-enter their aquatic stronghold, hoping to escape Jesus' judgment and continue their dark work. And consider the sheer number. The demons called themselves Legion, a Roman military unit numbering between 4,500 to 6,000 soldiers. No wonder the man possessed supernatural strength, able to break chains and shackles. And no wonder Mark 5:13 estimates a staggering 2,000 pigs were affected. This wasn't just a few demons, this was an army. They swarmed into those pigs, not for a comfortable resting place, but as a desperate last-ditch effort to perform a dark ritual to return to their watery home. This revelation changes everything. It shows us that Jesus wasn't just performing an exorcism, he was invading enemy territory and dismantling a spiritual stronghold. The battle over the storm, the immediate confrontation with the demon-possessed man, and the demon's desperate plea to enter the pigs, all point to a much larger spiritual war. It reveals the intelligence and malevolence of these spiritual entities and their deep connection to specific territories, even marine ones. So, the next time you read about Jesus and the pigs, remember, it's not just a story about demons and swine, it's a profound insight into the unseen spiritual battle around us. It's a testament to Jesus' supreme authority over every realm, every spirit, and every dark power. And it's a powerful reminder that there are spiritual realities at play far beyond what our natural eyes can see. What are your thoughts on this revelation? Did this change your perspective? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this insightful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more powerful biblical insights, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this truth. Until next time, stay blessed and keep seeking the deeper truths of God's Word.